No, there are more important matters than the wild start to the season. But let me bring this up before I forget. Did you see the wacky story on opening night about how the Flower went out there and pretended like he was the part of the ice crew?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Yep. After watching some of the game the other night, I think maybe that's where they should have signed him. He couldn't have stopped the balloon. It was brutal. Did you see the shootout? They just skated in and shot it over his shoulder, and his poor old left arm couldn't quite get up there.
Is this why we kept 3?
I don't know why they kept him. But you got the Wallstead coming up, and you got Gus the Bus. Now, the rumor was they wanted to keep Gus the Bus in case he played good, and then they could trade him. But you can't play Flower if this is going to be it. He looked 65 years old.
I was wondering why he was even playing.
Well, because that's the way they do her. They played Gustafson one game. Well, they had back-to-back, so he would have played one of them. I guess they wanted him to play at home rather than on the road. We were very tired last night, though, because we had a 7 o'clock tip-off in St. Paul and then a 5 o'clock game in Winnipeg the next day.
Winnipeg ain't that far away.
No. But what's the hurry? Why don't you play at 7, too? We should have had that extra 2 hours. It might have made all the difference in the world.
They don't want to go up against football? Is that maybe it?
Winnipeg.
Well, baseball did.
That's true.
What's Winnipeg give a damn?
That's true.
They're going up against the Blue Bombers? Are they worried about that? For goodness sakes.
Dodgers look unbeatable.
Last night they did. I know. I didn't watch much of that. It was 3-0 right off the bat. This guy for the Mets that they broke out, this Senga, he had pitched 3 games all year. I can't believe what they were expecting to get out of him, but he's the Japanese guy with the unhittable changeup. It's got a special name. What's that changeup? But he missed all year with a bad arm. So,
and I do love the narrative, the plucky New York Mets with the $305 million payroll.
Isn't that the highest payroll in baseball?
Yes. Then now, if it's Dodgers Yankees, you will have to be nostalgic for when you went to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
The Dodgers won the World Series there, Game 6, 1981. And Joe finished rapidly and got in a cab and went to Brooklyn.
Went over to Brooklyn and found a bar where they were all going crazy.
Really?
The home team won all these years later.
What was it? Was it met with excitement?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Old, generation.
I mean, there are people in Brooklyn still weeping about this.
Oh, yes. Yeah, they did. Yeah, Doris Kern's good one.
Yeah.
Remember Doris?
Oh, Doris.
She's on Baseball episode 3.
Yep.
About how she was heartbroken when the Dodgers.
She had changed.
When the Dodgers left, and then like episode 6, she was ecstatic.
She was a Boston Red Sox fan.
She was a diehard. What the hell happened, Doris? How'd you got anything else? She was pretty happy when the Twins won in '90. Says she drove through here once, and she was Doris was like weeping in episode 3, and then ecstatic when the Red Sox finally won. I
used to work at the market, and all the Dodgers would come in. I'd sell them things.
Yes. Doris is available for an emotional connection to anything.
That's right.
Is she still around? She's still with us?
Oh, yeah. I think so.
I don't know. I haven't seen any obit.
Well, when your club doesn't play on Sunday, I had a hard time paying attention to football.
It's easy,
yesterday,
It's easy to kind of check out.
Did you see the Dallas Cowboys?
I did. I happened to be watching when the injury occurred.
Oh, that was too bad. Yeah. That kid is a great player, Aiden Hutchinson, and he's one of those, 100% great cliche, but that guy is nuts. He's trying to get to the quarterback, and compound fracture, 2 bones through that. Compound fracture is a nice word for it went through the skin.
When that comes through the skin, she's compound.
She's compound.
Yeah, it was compared to Theismann yesterday.
Yes.
I didn't see it.
Theismann never played again, by the way.
He never did, right? Yeah, okay. But Alex Smith did, because Alex Smith had almost the exact same injury with Washington, and he did come back and play.
I tuned in just in time to see the mass of players standing around him. I guess I must say I did not see the play.
Well, it was reminiscent of both the Smith injury, but also with Teddy, because they said Hutchinson. Now they said he required immediate surgery, which means they're trying to save his leg. Yes, yesterday.
Yeah, so they don't have to chop that baby off.
It's that bad.
It was that bad. It required immediate surgery.
On TV, did you see the bone sticking out, or didn't they show
No,
you?
in fact, Fox refused to show the replay yesterday.
Once I learned it wasn't his head, I was relieved.
People might start thinking football is a violent sport
Yeah,
if they show that.
No, and there was a report too, Pat.
Meanwhile, when Theismann broke his, they showed it to us like 65 times.
Right.
He's not Steve's kid, right? Because there was a report that Aiden, he's not Steve Hutchinson's kid,
I
right?
don't know.
I didn't
I
think
don't
so.
believe so.
I didn't think so either.
But
Because Steve played at Michigan too.
Steve was a Michigan player.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
God, maybe he is. I don't know. But he's a monster.
He is a really good player.
That's helps the Vikings though. They won't. Sam can relax a little bit. That won't. Guy won't. But how about the Cowboys? Holy cow!
Boy, are they bad.
47-9 was it?
Yeah.
And they were running trick plays, trying to throw a touchdown pass to Taylor Decker because last year.
No, Penny Sewell.
Yeah, well, second time, but the first.
Oh,
time
they did it
was
again?
Decker. First time it was Decker because that was the one that failed to report call last year or something.
Oh, I forgot about
so he was
that.
trying to stick it where the sun don't shine to him, and he let that Ben Johnson, his offensive coordinator, call any goofy play he wanted. They wanted to get an offensive lineman a touchdown. Just to taunt the.
I felt bad for Zim. Poor Zim on the
Tim
sidelines.
just looking at his nose.
Is he their defense coordinator?
Well, for right now, he is.
Jerry
Jerry didn't look happy, did he?
See the interview with Jerry afterwards?
No.
He's 82. He looked 146, and he's just mumbling nonsensically. And there's a great tweet. Now, this should have been Super 70 Sports, so it wasn't.
I thought that's what it was, but I didn't recognize the account.
I didn't account either, but it's pretty funny. Jerry Jones looking like he just found out the school was integrated.
I've never liked the Cowboys.
No, we're not supposed to.
Oh, they're so, that's just.
But every time I was around them, I just felt unease. I was there one night when Santa Claus started on fire in the stadium.
Was that Cowboy Stadium?
Guy had a Santa Claus suit on.
I've never been in the new one.
I didn't like that.
Never been in the new one. The new one holds 100,000.
I have been in the new one. It's too much.
Yeah.
It's.
Yeah, but I wonder when they're going to stop showing up. I mean,
Are you kidding? It's the Cowboys.
I know, but even the little kids were booing yesterday. They showed them in the sideline. Boo! You know.
It's I saw a comparison once. U.S. Bank Stadium could fit inside of the Cowboys' current facility. That's
Still?
how big it is. Yes.
Does it have a complete roof?
Yes.
Or just a hole?
No.
It's got a hole.
It's covered.
I don't think it does. I think it's got a hole.
Or maybe it's retractable then.
Because the guy had the sun in his eyes. He'd try to catch a pass.
Oh, I thought maybe it's retractable then, but I thought
they had the hole just like the other.
because remember when they had their first Super Bowl in that stadium, they had the ice storm.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
Yeah.
you might be right.
New Cowboys Stadium. I'll look it up quick because we have to be fact based here on this on this show.
At least we have to make an accurate estimate.
Who plays tonight?
You got your Bills and your Jets.
Your club, the Bills.
William, very excited about tonight's game.
And he's a Bills fan?
Yeah, well, he's a Viking fan, but the Bills are his other team.
Just because of you, because he knows Dad.
Yep.
Dad, once in a while,
Dad
gets
leaves
in the car
home.
and drives.
In fact, that's.
Where's your dad? Mom
He
says
went to
he's
Buffalo.
drunk in Buffalo.
In fact, I went to the Bills at the Cowboys. That's the game I went.
Right now, getting ready to jump on a table from the height.
Where's the roof information?
Is that a new stadium in Buffalo?
No, it's the original.
But it's
Aren't
not.
they trying to get a new one?
No,
They-
it's
they
not.
are.
It's not the one I would have covered. It's not where OJ played. This must be different than that.
I'm not sure.
It's old though. I do know that it needs
Wasn't
an
it
upgrade.
called-
You might have saw him in a War Memorial.
I saw him in War Memorial.
Yeah, that's
okay, well, this ain't War Memorial.
No, this is not War Memorial.
Yeah.
This is where the great Larry Felser, the late great Larry Felser, was the football writer there, And I'm standing down in the end zone with him, waiting for the game to end. And these people up there, Phelps, are you bleeping, bleeper? And one guy's particularly loud, and he turns around. Sir, why'd I tell you one thing? Go bleep yourself. I love that. That Buffalo, though.
It is retractable roof, AT&T Stadium.
Is it
so the hole that was used to be Cowboy Stadium, so it retracts. There we go.
In Buffalo, though, that's where I was at a game on a Thursday night. Bud went crazy about the officials, but it was when Monday Night Football was having Thursdays, and that's what Howard was basically passed out on the table 2 hours before kickoff. I don't know how the hell they got him to the broadcast booth, but I remember Bud after the game just vilifying the officials. Phil would get fined about
he
that.
did often.
Yes, he did. He was very guarded with his comments until it was time to say how rotten the officials were. So
All right.
it was good.
I told you I had a story for you guys. So my little guy, my 9-year-old,
Yes.
is obsessed with football.
Okay.
Loves it. Loves everything about it. Wants to be a quarterback one day.
Did you show him the picture of the
Did not.
guy's leg going
Did not.
through his...
So I don't know how it came up, but we were talking about Viking kickers of all time. And I said, well, the Vikings used to have a guy that would kick barefoot, Rich Carlos.
Yes.
And he said, come on. I said, I'm not joking. So we were pulling up videos on YouTube, and they showed the game where Rich made 7 field goals against the Rams. And I said, I remember watching that game. It was around my birthday because my grandpa and I were watching the game in the living room. And, on YouTube, you're watching a video it'll pan to a video that you might enjoy.
Yeah.
So guess what video followed that?
It was a hell of a game. I mean, for $23, you can get more excitement than that. Hell, you're in the wrong operation.
That was the game. Burnsy went nuts because remember they didn't score a touchdown.
Oh, that's right.
And everyone went nuts on Schnelker. And because I'm in the kitchen going, what the hell is he? I go, oh, Christ, it's the Burnsy clip.
Yeah, but it was bleeped out, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. It was the unedited version.
really?
So I'm sprinting to the phone.
I don't know. One of these years I'll retire from journalism, but when it's all over, getting Burnsy started again will be the highlight of it.
Yep.
Will be the rest of it you can have. But
Right.
getting Burnsy
Going
to
again.
walk off with the F-bomb under his.
Is that when you piped up?
No, he stopped. And
Yeah.
then I said, how about when they put Schnelker on the
And that
screen?
fired him up again.
Oh, God, then he went
That's not
crazy.
Schnelker's fault.
No, he'd already. But they booed him up there.
The Gophers are now 10th in the Big Ten.
Yeah, we're moving up. We're
There are
3-2.
18
What are we in the
teams.
league?
18 teams in the Big
We're 2-2
Ten.
in the league, right?
I found it. Hold on.
Okay, all
On a
right.
squadron right, put it in and won the division.
Jerry, your Schnelker endorsement stemmed from all the stuff all during the
The
week.
guy feel like shit afterwards. What? Everybody booing the shit out of him. He works his ass off. And no smarter coordinator in football.
Hold on.
They put his picture up there and the f***ers boo him.
Now, he had started to walk away.
Yeah, he was getting. He was done. He was done. And then I said, "Oh, God dang."
But what a great piece of fatherly. Here I'm trying to show my 9-year-old son, Rich Carlos, kicking a field goal barefoot, and then it turns into Burnsy going nuclear.
So Dick Larson,
Oh, my God.
Roosevelt High, 1952-3, great all-around athlete. Went to the Gophers, was one of their quarterbacks from 55 to 57. Then he stayed on as an assistant coach for about 6-7 years and decided he wanted to make some money. And he went into the investment business and very successful, owns all kinds of stuff in Florida and stuff. But Katie and I are in spring training, and we're meeting some friends of hers at the new Tommy Bahama's restaurant in Naples. The Tommy Bahama's opened as a restaurant with some shirts that you could buy. And we're sitting there. We sit down. Next table, Burnsy and Dick Larson. They're big buddies, and Burnsy overserved by this time. And it was hysterical. I mean, we would just, never said a word to the wife because they just sat there and listened to Bernsey just go crazy. And Dick Larson was a straight man, He would get him going again too. So it was pretty funny. But Dick Larson, great guy. He just died this week at 88. So
Bernsy's still with us.
Oh, the Bernsey guy.
We lost
Yeah,
Bernsey. That's
guy.
right.
Mm-hmm.
I went out to Fort Snelling for his private burial with the family. Big friend of his told me I could go out there. But his 4 brothers-in-law, his 4 son-in-law, he had 4 daughters,
Yeah.
and his 4 son-in-laws were there. And they started telling Bernsey stories, and it was unbelievable. And, of course, the famous one I've told 100 times, one of his brothers is Iranian.
One of his brother-in-laws.
One of his
son-in-laws
is Iranian.
Yeah.
And his daughter announces she's going to get married to the Iranian. And Bernsey calls somebody into the office and says, I got a question for you. Aren't we at war with Iran? And the guy says yes, but not him specifically.
Oh, God.
No, he's been in this country for like 40 years. He's fine, 30 years or something,
I don't know why I'm reminding of it, but did you happen to hear TK, the clip that I sent you?
Oh, God, it was great.
The whole, you should have told me you liked the car.
Yeah.
You got me saying that about
Tell me he has a nice house,
that
too.
bit was great. God, you got him.
Why
in
did
one
he
of those,
lit up like that? I
got him
wonder?
in one of those moods.
Yeah.
Nobody bothers him anymore. He's
Yeah.
kind of sitting out there every day,
Yeah.
waiting for what's the stupid Angelo Lansbury series?
Murder, She Wrote?
Murder, She Wrote. He's watched every episode of Murder, She Wrote like 50 times.
He said he retired from golf.
Yeah, he's not. He hadn't been healthy. He had He had lung cancer, which he never smoked. But,
No.
but he had I was out there and he had to take the pill
Yeah.
at noon every day. You take the pill. You can't touch the pill because it's radioactive.
Yeah.
So you kind of swallow it out of the. You got it sitting there in the cup, and he's sitting there, and it's 11:57, and he's waiting 3 minutes until it's 12, and then he swallows it down and takes his little drink of water with it, and it says this is supposed to migrate. It's supposed to go right down here. I don't know if it's but it was supposed to go right to the spot. So
My favorite was when Joe said, I think I'm the only guy that saw TK play first base.
Yeah, I was out there.
Yeah, I was out there. You can get there.
sometimes. You can give him the needle, but sometimes they had me introduce him when they put him into
That's what it was.
when they put him into the award, and then I said, I remember I was covering it in Detroit when he hit that home run, that majestic home run up there on the roof, and it ran into the transformer, and the transformer started shorting out, and then I said, oh, no, wait, that was Reggie Jackson. Tom hit the one that crawled over the back of the screen out there in right field. But he was already saying, no, when I was talking about the majestic home run up there. He didn't let me finish the joke.
He hit one, I think.
I think, yeah.
That was it.
In Detroit.
Yeah.
Pop fly in Detroit down the line, basically. You know what? He was a great fancy fielding first baseman, but in the era when you didn't, as long as your first baseman could block the ball,
That's all you needed.
that's all you didn't. That's where you put your fat guy, so who could slug. So it wasn't, but he had a great, some great seasons in minor leagues. He just, was one of those guys that couldn't hit in the big leagues. So, but it was funny though. God, that was a good interview. And I'm the suit the story about Carl in the suit. And all
Yeah.
That's the thing about his stories now is when you do it, they go on.
We're
for a
getting
while.
there, but-
we're getting all the details.
But the punchline is always worth it.
Oh God, yes. Oh yeah.
You should have told him you liked your car.
Then he said the house, too.
Yeah, and then the house, too.
Right. The good house. Gebby was a funny guy. Lamberton, Minnesota. Competed against my brother.
Really?
Yeah.
Hated
Big
Lamberton?
star. They were in the 7-star conference. Lamberton, Lakefield, Walnut Grove, Fulda, Westbrook. I can't think of those 7 teams. That's why they called it the 7-star. And I can't remember where the others were.
The Lamberton Sox, he probably would have played ball with, right?
Yeah, he probably for maybe a year or so, summer or two before
think
he
that's the
signed
Sox.
right out of high school.
Okay.
I think no, he pitched somewhere in Iowa State or someplace, and then he got signed.
Did anybody watch the Timberwolves play the Knicks?
That was the damnedest exhibition
I
game
didn't see any of it.
It's the damnedest. They went after each
Well,
other. It was like a regular season game.
I'll say this, Joe. I didn't see the game, but I did see Vincent Vinciento, MF Tom Thibodeau from the free throw
yes.
line,
Oh, yeah.
which
Yes.
was fantastic.
Yeah. Dante DiVincenzo, he's our new guy,
Right.
said he's fine with the trade. Meanwhile, he's shooting free throws saying, "Thanks for the trade, Tibbs." That's what happens when they let you run the team, Tibbs.
Fantastic.
And then after the game, Rick Brunson, who's one of Tibbs' assistants and the father of Jalen Brunson, Tibbs basically hired Rick Brunson as an assistant so he could get Jalen Brunson to
come
sign
there,
there.
yep.
And Jalen Brunson's a great player for him, but he and this DiVincenzo almost duked it out. And apparently,
missed that.
No, at the big scrum at the end of the game, Brunson went at him about tell him how bush league he was, I guess, or something. This guy's got some fire in him, and man, can he shoot?
Yeah.
Whew. But Jaden McDaniels. You didn't watch any of it?
I didn't. I only saw some of the clips online. I
They're
did
going
not
to
watch
have
the
to work on this to get him involved. He was awful.
Well, he can't shoot to
He goes-
begin with,
plus
right?
He got 3 fouls in like 3 minutes and then went over and pouted and sat over on the end of the bench like he always does. I don't know if I'd like to be paying him as much money as they're paying him.
I can't wait for the playoffs. That I can be interested in.
For NBA?
It's going to be hard pressed to watch
Yeah.
I've never really watched a regular season NBA game, not on purpose.
You've probably
Well,
paid
I
for
didn't-
others more to go
I
than you
only
watched.
watched it because it was Cat coming and them playing Cat, and I didn't watch all of it, but it was not for 3 quarters. It was not your average exhibition game. It was like they were going at each other. Cat got 16 rebounds and 31 points.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway,
Where are they? They're at Chicago Wednesday and Denver. No, they're at Chicago Wednesday and home to Denver.
Well, they had
on
to
Thursday.
move. What game did they have to
they
move? Because
moved
the WNBA.
the Denver game. They moved that
Okay.
up a day. It was supposed to be Friday, but it was WNBA.
I was raving about the WNBA for moving it along. They really move it
Yeah,
along. Well, now they've come to a screeching halt.
Takes a while. Yeah,
They don't play again until Wednesday.
Oh, you mean? I thought you meant time of game, but
No.
you meant now.
Now they spread it all out again.
And guess what they've done? The WNBA is finally being taken seriously by the league, which it never was. It was just a summer activity. I mean, they had times when the finals were best of 3 for a long time, and first round of the playoffs was won.
Single.
They
yeah.
just wanted to get it right up. They're going to go to 7 games next year for the finals. So, and the seasons, they used to play a 32-game season. It's up to 40 now. So they're they're getting 3 teams. They're getting San Francisco next year, and then they're getting Toronto and somebody else.
So
they're
I
gonna
was wondering,
go
with the
to 16
conflict,
teams.
there, why didn't the Wolves just move their game to another facility? It's just an exhibition game. Like, go play at the barn or go play at.
Well, because what difference does it make? Play tonight. It's an exhibition game.
I suppose you
Jokic-
probably also don't want to
Jokic is
compete.
probably not coming in anyway.
True.
so.
I suppose you don't want to compete against the
Oh
other
no,
game.
they
True.
didn't. They weren't gonna. This is fine. What the hell? It's not a problem. But
There was a great LeBron had tweeted out like a week ago. You got to tell me we're going to get on a plane for one game in Milwaukee for exhibition. What are we doing? And then somebody responded, well, LeBron, that's because it's 29 and a half hours to drive from Los Angeles to Milwaukee.
By the way,
that
have
was
you
pretty
watched
funny.
Brownie? Have you seen Brownie's stats
God.
so far, Joe?
Not too good.
No, it was like
He's got 1 rebound, I think.
Yeah, well, he's like he's averaging a turnover every 2 minutes, and he doesn't have the ball that much. He's terrible. Apparently, he's just awful, and they just have to. They're still going to keep him there to start the season, so two of them can play together for 5 minutes or something.
It's just such a
unbelievable.
sham.
Yeah, because the old man a great player, but actually had a good year last year. But
He's just an
it's a joke.
egomaniac.
He is. His ego is. I'll never forget the time that the 17-year-old kid dunked on him in that pickup game.
Yeah.
And somebody had a videotape of it, and he went all over getting rid of the videotape.
You got to delete that right away.
Didn't want that didn't want that out there. So anyway, so what do we got? We got let's see. Oh, what was your comment on the Pollad's going to sell the team?
You talk me off the ledge just so there's no chance of the team moving. I don't care who buys them.
But I gotta think that commercial real estate had something to do with this.
I'll say.
They sold their Porsche dealerships.
Yes.
They're selling the Twins.
Yes.
Maybe they're having a hard time.
I'm not sure if it's hard, but I think they probably
Relatively
know.
speaking.
They probably know with the crisis in local TV revenues that aren't going to get better anytime soon, that at least the non-marquee franchises, this is probably the peak you can ever get for them, right?
For sure.
1.2, 1.3. They're probably going to go down in value. ESPN supposedly is bailing on baseball.
Completely?
When the contract's up.
Really?
And, baseball just got issues because they want an audience of 30-year-olds, and they don't get it with baseball.
I don't even want to know what the difference was last night between the baseball game and the football game.
You don't
I bet
it was terrible.
Well, the baseball game only because
it was Ohtani?
It was a blowout.
Oh,
I see.
But
if I think Mets and Dodgers would have done pretty well over a bad football game.
And it was in the New York market, the football game was.
Yeah, but it was bad football. Yeah, who cares?
I agree with you. I watched the baseball game instead of the football game, but I'm not
I didn't watch either. After 2 innings, I just didn't pay any attention. So.
Well, it's funny, though, because you were mentioning the Twins in the city. If I'm Manfred or whoever's making this call, you go to Amazon right now and say, we got to figure this out and work together. That's the only thing that's going to save television and baseball.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to work with the other owners to make this. Because I'm serious. That's the only thing that's going to save this.
They got the big boys, the Dodgers and the 2 New York teams, and they're not Boston. They're not into sharing that local TV revenue.
Nope.
And somehow you're going to have to do it.
Have you completed season 4 of Slow Horses?
Yes.
I have one more
Great,
episode.
final.
Don't tell me a thing. I have one more episode. It's only 4 episodes.
I can tell you this. No, 6.
6? Oh, I have 3 more.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you got a lot of fun to go.
Mm-hmm.
The Alzheimer's dad's starting to get my nerves. I just don't like it.
The old bastard.
At my age, I just don't like it.
Yeah, I know you.
By the way, Thursday, I reached the 79-year mark.
Last Thursday?
This Thursday.
This Thursday.
This Thursday.
Happy birthday.
Well, it's, considering the alternative, yes, I say that.
Well, happy birthday, Patrick.
Yes, but I think in actuality, it's Friday, but I have never officially changed. But when I did see my original birth certificate, it was the 18th instead of the 17th. But they used to hide when you were adopted back then. They changed it so that my brother was like a month off on his birthday because they didn't want people they didn't want parents looking for the kids or the kids looking for the parents or stuff like that back in the day. Back in the 40s, it was.
So you change it to the 17th?
No, my parents always celebrated on the 17th.
Oh.
And I think the second birth certificate that they got says the 17th. So
how's the leprosy doing?
I just got one spot.
Oh, that's nothing.
I might lose like this much.
Well, a finger or two.
Yeah. Got the fingers off here. As long as I got this one.
If you can type with the first 2.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
So what year?
This is the only leprosy.
What year was the birthday where we went to the Mexican place? Was that it had to have been a big, was it 70 or 75?
Might have been 70.
70? God, that was 9 years ago.
Might have been 9 years.
Because Joey, you were at, the great food there was fantastic, by the way. Is it Teresa's, right? Teresa's Mexican.
Yeah.
And we made Pat wear the sombrero while he ate nachos. I still have that photo somewhere. I still
Right,
have it
yes.
somewhere because I made Reusse put the sombrero on you. We took a picture with you. I love that photo.
Yes. Well, that was.
I am here to party. Where's my non-alcoholic margarita?
Yes. I don't. I think I quit drinking. Or margaritas were a thing. I don't think I ever had one.
You would have been. I bet you would have been a margarita guy.
No.
Back in the day?
No, they're
No?
too foo-foo.
No, I didn't.
No.
No, wait, I were because they were open. Because remember
They've been around.
Remember the joint that opened over on St. Anthony on Main,
Yeah.
Guadalajara
Yeah.
or something?
Yeah.
That was so hot
Yeah.
for a while because every horny 25-year-old guy on his date tried to get some 23-year-old gal to go with him because he knew he could get her 3 margaritas in her and anything could happen.
Anything goes.
Anything could happen. Guadalajara, they were standing outside because it was like the first. The one Max McGee owned out in Bloomington was huge too. What was it? Chimichangas? What was the name of it?
Chi-Chi's?
Chi-Chi's.
Is there even a restaurant in St. Anthony, Maine now?
Yeah, but I don't know. I think the big one went out of business. There's a taco joint and a couple other
I
places.
don't know. I have not been over there in a
Neither
have
long
I.
time.
Either
No.
have I.
No, it's I drive. There's the theater's still going for some reason. It's not exactly a modern theater, but they have a lot of film festival stuff and that kind of stuff.
Now that I know you can watch a movie on your own TV,
Yes, sir.
I don't see any need to go to the theater.
Yeah, no, it's funny. I'm always complaining to the wife when she wants to buy one for like $13 or something. She said, well, if we go to the theater, it costs us $40, by the time you
Yep.
get popcorn and
Yep.
everything. So
I got to play a clip for you guys. This was sent to us by a listener. There was a celebrity tennis event over the weekend. I don't exactly know where this happened, but you'll recognize some of the names that were associated. Well, one of the bits was they put earpiece microphones on everybody's head while they were playing. And one of the gals that's playing was known as the grunter. And here, I'll just play the clip.
My God, guys.
So she starts grunting, and is it Rafael Nadal?
Yeah.
He was the guy going, we can't have this. He's just freaking out because it sounds like what it sounds like.
Yes, right.
And so they started laughing, and the crowd just went nuts because she couldn't help herself. She
Well,
kept,
play some more of it.
okay, well, that's why I was setting up the bit.
It's gonna be so good.
Again.
Oh, come on. You're famous for your grunts.
People will leave
famous
if
for
I'm
your
gonna be
grunts.
loud. Okay.
Sounds like a commie.
Oh, thank you.
pornographic.
I would have watched.
So it's Djokovic. I'm sorry, I said Rafael Nadal. It's Djokovic.
Okay.
But he was playing along with it. So he's like, he would do that along with them. I thought that was pretty good.
Who was the girl a real tennis player?
Yeah, they all are. It was a celebrity event in Melbourne. That's where this took place.
Say, I gotta go see a guy. Do you need an ad for me?
I
before
do.
we
I do
leave?
need to hear from you with the
Okay.
Jim Paul's Valley Group of GM dealers, sir.
All right.
I'm ready for you whenever you'd like.
Good. All right. Jim Paul, Valley Group of GM dealers. Brett Paul, Apple Valley, Hastings. Right now, fine factory rebates coming from GMC on the Sierra trucks and from Buick on the various vehicles. Also, low interest rates, plenty of stock. The Regal station wagon, which is a hot seller right now, and the 4 varieties of SUVs and the big trucks, the Sierra high-powered, heavy-duty trucks, which were hard to find a couple years ago during the pandemic. They got full stock out there now. As I said, low interest rates, experienced staff, all those wonderful things. Been beautiful weather to go get a car, and winter's coming, though. So get something that'll get you through the snow. Jim Paul and Brett Paul's Valley Group of GM dealers. Check them out.